Hi everybody, I'm Joe Parker of the Pixel Depot, where we give model railroaders the tools and services they need to build a realistic layout and the motivation to work on it right now. Today's video is about a new company that specializes in cars decorated for freelance railroads. Now there's a certain draw to creating a freelance railroad to model. There's a freedom to it, a world-building aspect that can give you the feeling that you can do whatever you want to fit your vision. Not necessarily true, but that's a topic for another video. Many modelers do decide to go the freelance route, and there are any number of famous examples ranging from the classic Gorre Daphetid to the Virginian Ohio to really any number of well-known roads out there today, including my own, although to be honest that one's not very well known at all. But it begs the question, especially for prototype modelers, can and should the world you build include these made-up railroads and their equipment? The answer to that question is a personal choice, obviously. But in my book, the answer is a resounding yes. Many modelers whose work I like and respect have created their own freelance roads, and I think it's fun to have this equipment show up on my own layout from time to time. This is where Home Shops LLC comes in. Now, it used to be that unless you knew the person who owned a certain freelance road, getting equipment decorated for that road could be tough. You mostly had to rely on that owner investing the funds to have a custom car done. Now, more recently, manufacturers such as Highball Graphics have made decals available for freelance roads, but ready-to-run equipment was harder to come by. When I was at the big hobby show hosted by the Amherst Railway Society last January, I stumbled upon the booth for Home Shops. Didn't know about the company, did not know that there was going to be a booth. But Chris Palmieri, the owner, was there, and we got talking about his concept for high-end cars decorated for freelance railroads. The first offering was for a PS 4750 covered hopper, and these were to be manufactured by Tangent to Chris's specifications. I was intrigued and decided to order one decorated for the Michigan Interstate. I chose this road mostly because, in my head anyway, it seemed the closest to corn country of the road names offered, rather than a wheat or generic grain distributor. Plus, I liked the design. At the time, the cars were still in production, and Chris told me they'd be shipped as soon as they arrived. A short while ago, I received mine, but enough backstory to the good stuff. Let's go ahead and open this up. The package contains information about upcoming car runs and a brochure on Home Shops. It also has a business card for Chris, a complimentary sticker, the packing slip, of course, and the car itself. So as you'd expect with a car decorated by Tangent, there's lots of details on here, some pretty fragile bits, including the piece that just came off. Looks like it's the coupler release lever. So to minimize any other damage, I'm going to use the trusty foam cradle. As with other Tangent products, they come with metal wheels, comes with KD number 58 scale size couplers. Given that this is a Tangent car, the review is going to be more about the decoration than it is about the car itself. We know that Tangent cars are highly detailed. And I'm looking here closely at the printing and so on. It's pretty sharp. Quickly take a look here. Even this printing up here on the upper edge here for the Interstate Commerce Commission is very, very tiny, but completely readable under magnification. So the printing is fine and sharp. Same goes for the stuff down here. The paint is opaque and looks good. Even down here on the hatches for the covers, very, very, very sharp printing. Special thanks to my Patreon supporters. If you'd like to join my Patreon community to get bonus videos, graphic files, and other goodies, click on the link in the description below. So just quickly, let's look at the car's details. If we look at the top of the car, once again, as you'd expect, roof walks are etched, prototypical holes in them, they're see-through. Grab irons are to scale and very fine. The detail all around on this is great, and I think that Chris has done a great job with this. As is typical with Tangent cars, the model came with a set of extra wheel caps. These go on the ends of the axles so that you get the animated look on the wheel sets as the car moves. They're small and can be lost rather easily if you need to remove the wheel sets for any reason, so Tangent always provides extras, and this batch will go in the drawer for later use. So we did lose the coupler pull lever. I believe that was actually off when I opened the box, so that must have happened in shipment. And that is the danger of Tangent cars. Very, very detailed, but also a bit on the fragile side. So that's something that we need to take into consideration. These covered hoppers were offered in 7 road names, and as of this taping, 6 of those are still available. Chris also has a number of other cars in development, and you can find out more about those at homeshops.net. I'll put a link in the description below as well as up here. I hope you'll check these out and support the work Chris is doing to try and bring some variety to the hobby. Now, before we wrap up, when I was showing the photos of the printing earlier, did you see the issue, or at least the issue as it pertains to my Monument City Terminal Division layout? That's right, it's the shop date. Regular viewers may remember that it's 10 years too late for the era that I've selected. When I was at the booth, I did my best to check for those dates, and I really thought this one said 1984, but apparently my eyes aren't as good as they used to be. But my thinking on that is this. If I had that much trouble reading it with the naked eye, a couple of well-placed dots will turn that 94 into an 84, and this can run on the layout. All I really need to do is weather the trucks and wheel sets, add the faintest layer of dust to the bottom of the car, and I'm good to go. I do most of my weathering with pan pastels, and I get those pan pastels as well as brushes, paint markers, and more from Blick Art Supplies. I think you'll be impressed by their selection, so please check them out using the affiliate links in the description. Overall, I think this first offering from Home Shops is really well done, and it's nice to have highly detailed cars available in these freelance road names. Everything we do on our layouts is a compromise of some sort, and I think featuring these fictional roads is just all part of the fun. Your mileage, however, may vary, so how do you feel about ready-to-run cars for freelance railroads? And for the prototype modelers out there specifically, would you, or do you, run fictional road names on your layout? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, that's also the place for questions, suggestions, random musings, and so on. Speaking of my Monument City Terminal Division layout, you can check out a recent op session by clicking on the link in the upper left, and you can also check out some of my other unboxing videos below that. I'm Joe Parker of the Pixel Depot. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you'll meet me next time in the train room.